Hey everybody, welcome to our live chat. This is the noon live chat, and we are here for you guys each and every day, Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursday, we're here at 8, 10, 12, 2, and 4, and then on Fridays, we're here at 8 and 10. However, the times will change on Monday, so we will be here for you same amount of time, but odd hours. So at the 9, the 11, the 1, and the 3, and the 5. Think about that for a second. So I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. And so we have a lot of, everybody's kind of giving me their input on what they want to see, which I love. And so we're going to continue with the questions that are being asked and what you want to see. And so we're going to go over coverage. And, we do go over that as far as what I like to call pre-coverage. Hey, Jeannie, how are you? What I like to call pre-coverage, or like the coverage you do before doing your foundation. And so what we can do is we can start. I'm looking at the eyeshadows that I have, Jeannie, as you popped on. What we can do is talk about that pre-coverage and also talk about how to get it, as far as you can really, because the airbrush is so precise, you really can go in and target certain areas and then do the foundation. And so and that's what I love about it. And so even if you didn't want to airbrush your whole entire face, you could just hit those spots that you want to cover and blend it out. That's not something, you could, but it takes a lot more work with traditional makeup because you would get that demarcation line and that opaqueness of the foundation or the concealer or whatever you're using. With airbrush, it's so much easier to do because the airbrush, the stylus, blends everything for you. So, all right. Oh, thank you, Jeannie. Hello, Tamberly. How are you? Good to see you. All right. So let's go over the beginning. We always start at the beginning. Let's start at the very beginning. Just kidding. We always go over what you get. We know that there's so many people out there that want to see what Luminous is about. They've seen the infomercial, or they've run into people that are airbrushed and they're like, what are you doing? And so we like to show them what you get. So when you do order a kit, you're ordering like fair, tan, medium, warm, deep, whatever that is, that range. And then this is what will come. This is one of our starter kits with our Icon. We also have the Icon Pro and then the Legend, and they're all operated about the same, which is the good news. So regardless of whichever one you have, the instructions I'm giving you are going to be the same for all of them. And then it does come with the makeup. So it does come with your foundation, your blush, and your love. Now we give you the 2 bottles of foundation because they're going to be similar colors. When you go back to when you're ordering and you're ordering that range, as long as you're in that range, those colors are going to work because airbrush makeup is so forgiving. And how it's going on, it's not like traditional makeup where you're covering every inch of your face. You're actually going in and just really, it kind of works with your skin. Let me move out of the way there. It works with your skin. And so when you're applying the foundation, your skin is able to shine through as well. So with the 2 bottles of foundation, you want to think of this starter kit as your practice kit, as your get it out and use it kit. And then we also give you the 2 bottles so you can color match and have that perfect shade match 365 days a year. And then you're also going to have the love and the blush in the smaller bottles, because you're not going to, with the blush, you're only going to use like 2 drops at a time. And then the love might not be something you use every single day. Now, this is what we do want you to do, the steps that we want you to do when you get your system. And the very first one, hey, Candy, is get it out and plug it in. Doesn't that sound silly? But it's true. Get it out and plug it in, because it's not going to do you any favors, make you look younger, do amazing makeup sitting in that box. So get it out. It comes already put together. You just have to plug it in and then turn it on. As soon as you press the button, there's air that comes out. And as you can see, it's just a little kiss of air. It's like very spa-like. Oh, and it feels amazing. But just move that stylus around and feel that air. Wherever you feel the air is where the makeup's going to go. So it takes that guesswork out on, well, I don't know how I'm going to do. Well, no, think of the air as your bristles. So if I was buffing this on, I would feel the bristles. I'm feeling the air, and I know that that's where my makeup's going to go. You also want to hold it about 4 finger widths away, keep it moving, and then put water in here and then start pulling back on your trigger. And that's going to let you practice on the pulling back of the trigger, because that's going to be very important, because you're letting very little out at a time. And I know that sounds silly because it goes against everything we've done up to this point, but you are letting very, very little out. All right, so whether you're using eraser, X out, CC concealer, peach prism, or green prism, whatever that is, you do not, and that's what I'm talking about as far as your pre-coverage. You do not have to put that all over. I know, you heard me right. You can go to just those problem areas and then just keep going. You don't have to put that all over. A lot of times I'll just put on the CC concealer, cover, you know, my dark lids underneath my eyes. I have some broken capillaries right here, like get my coverage here, and then I'm done. Your stylus blends everything for you. So you're not going to have those or you should not have those demarcation lines and things like that. Let me find, I'm going to use the CC concealer, and then we're actually going to mess up and then kind of start back, just so I'm going to show you the difference of how you're applying it. And especially when you first start, you might apply it too heavy or get too close or not move the stylus. And so it's a lot of times when you first start, people apply it like they would the traditional makeup, and that's not what we're doing. So turning on my system. Okay, I have my CC concealer in here right now, and then I go in, if I'm doing underneath my eye, I'll go in, start making my movements, and then pull back on the trigger. Okay, that helps me not have any hot spots or lines or where it will concentrate in one area. It helps it go on smoother. Now, if I'm not doing one of those 3 things that we just saw earlier, then that's where you get into trouble, and it's applied more like traditional makeup. So if I was applying it, and I'm gonna look at this little, can y'all see that little freckle right here? If I was trying to cover this, I can go in a little closer, and if I was trying to cover it, I wouldn't, this is the wrong way. Okay, that is not how you want to do it. But doesn't that look kind of how we do it with traditional makeup, where you put the concealer on and then you start blending it out, right? With airbrush makeup, you're still working, doing it very light. So if I wanted to cover that, do you see my stylus moving? Okay. Now that was actually a lot for that little area. So right now it's going to be a little, oh, it's not too bad, a little wet. Okay. If I wanted to do it the right way, which I could have gotten away with that. So if that's how you do it, that's fine. But I still want to give it a little time, because I'm going in there and I'm really just working on one area or one spot. So if I went in there, coming a little closer because I'm going to hit that spot, I can go, and I'm only going to do one side so you can see the difference, okay? So I went in, I gave that a little more time to, and I can go back. Get on my lid. Okay, now you can see that it's starting to go away. Now, if I was going to apply foundation, then I would that's all I would cover it with the concealer, because I know I'll get more coverage with the foundation. But let's say this is just foundation and I wanted to cover it 100%. I can go in. Now I'm getting rid of my redness. I'm highlighting, getting that coverage underneath the eye, going down my jaw to get that coverage, going down my nose. Still seeing that coverage. Are you guys seeing the coverage already? Let's do a little bit on the chin. Okay. Can y'all see that? Woo, you can really tell a difference. So you can still see redness on this side, which I haven't done anything. You can even see the line on my nose, but this is dry. It feels like my regular face. It doesn't feel like I have a ton of makeup on. I have the coverage that I want. If I wanted to go back, and if you, let's say I do get too much right there, guess what? Tap it out, tap it out. So you really can go in and target certain areas. I feel like now you can see it more. So now I can go in and do this. And really get in there and target those certain areas. When I do it, so if you have like, maybe you've had some acne pop up, you can go in, hit those areas. When I'm doing mine, I do it underneath my eyes, and then I have these broken capillaries like right here that let me do it this way, that might be easier. Do it this way. So that is where I do most of my coverage, and I can do that with the CC concealer and then go in and do the foundation over that. Is that making sense, guys? Give me a thumbs up if it's making sense. Because a lot of times, you know, depending on what I have going on that day or how much coverage I'm wanting, or if I'm in a hurry, or, you know, whatever the case may be, I could just go in, cover those problem areas, and move on. Okay. And I'm going to show you that. So my coverage is going to be right here. So if I did take, let me see if I have any more of the concealer left. If I came in and took just the CC concealer and just starting my pre-coverage, go under my eyes, blending it down, staying around those areas that I need it. Keep going. Come in. Yeah. And I'm going to keep going, get it under my eyes. Now you can already tell that that redness is gone, those imperfections. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? Hey, Tamberly. So you can see that those imperfections are already gone. I just stayed in this area, okay? You do not have to cover it 100% depending on where it is, because you're going to get more coverage. You'll get coverage with your blush. You'll get coverage with your bronzer. So, and of course your foundation. So know that those steps are coming where, you know, you're going to get a little more coverage. All right, so now I'm going to I'm going to do a little bit of foundation on top of this. Turning on my system, blowing that CC. I really don't have to blow the CC out because it's still like my color. Putting my drops of my foundation and then starting my pass. And so those are going to overlap. Yeah, Candy, I can. Okay, so now I'm evening everything out. If I were to do this, you know, if I did that with a, I mean, I could have stopped where I was at with that coverage. If I did that with traditional makeup, you would see that line. And so again, depending on that coverage that you're wanting, maybe you don't put on concealer, or I'm sorry, maybe you don't finish it off with foundation. If you don't want, you can just add some blush or add whatever, you know, you're wanting to do that day and keep it going. That's what I love about the airbrush and the stylus, is that it blends everything for you. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of blush. That was way too much. And Jeannie, I hope you're still here, because I do have the airbrush eyeshadow. So I was going to do a little, just one color right now, and then I'll add the other one on the next one as well. All right, so I mixed plum and natural together, natural blush. And adding a little bit more color back into the cheeks, because remember, concealer and foundation is going to even you out. And so now when we go back and add blush and contour and all of that, that is putting some movement, some shape back into our face. All right. So there we go. There, I added the blush. Oh, good, 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 good. Yeah, I really do like glow. I like glow a lot. All right, shaking the eyeshadows up, and I'm gonna see which one I'm gonna do. These are our purple eyeshadows, and I have sheer purple, and I think this is royal. Let's see which one I'm gonna do. Uh-oh, no. I haven't used this one in a while, so it's not coming out. There we go. That looks like the darker one. Okay, I'm gonna use, I think this is the royal purple. This one right here. I'm gonna rinse some water through it. I don't think I really have to. I'm just gonna do it to make sure that I get the true color of that purple. Now you can mix the eyeshadows with love, with a blush, with whatever. You can even do it with a foundation if you wanted to deepen it, or, you know, kind of mute it a little, depending on the color. You know, there's a lot you could do with that as well. All right, so with my purple, I'm going to do this on my lid. And so I do come in a little closer, moving my hand just like I would if I was putting it on with a brush. Do you see it? Now I'm going to want it more intense than that, but what do I always say? What changes your coverage and your intensity of an eyeshadow or a color? What do you do to get more coverage and more intensity? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, I'm just putting it on the outside right now. More passes, exactly, yay. Yes. I knew what you meant, Timberly. Do a little bit more in here. So even if I faded it more on towards the inside, I can spray lighter on the inside, put more passes on the outside, and one color can look like 2 different colors or 3 different colors or whatever. So if I just did a couple of passes on the inside, see it looks lighter here, darker there. To get that intensity. All right. So there you go. Oh, Tamberly. All right. So something as simple as that, again, will take some practice. You have to move your stylus. You have to lightly pull back on that trigger. Make one pass all over the eye and then concentrate it on one side. One color can look different because of the number of passes that you do. And so again, you got to play with it to have some fun and to see what it can do. And then you'll be like, oh, I got this. I got this. It won't take you long to do it at all or to experience it and to get it down. So, all right, we are going to do the other one. We'll tweak those in the 2 o'clock. So we'll take this and then take it a step farther and do something fun at the 2 o'clock as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me at the noon. And we will be back for the 2 o'clock. All right. Bye for now, guys.